Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. Okay, you guys, new week tomorrow. It's a fresh start. It is your imaginary whiteboard, and you can wipe off the things that haven't served you. I asked you to share your wins. So, what did you do this week? How did you show up? You guys, it's not about living a perfect journey. You know this. It's never going to be perfect. So instead, you have to shift your mindset and instead collect proof of the ways you are winning and the ways you are getting momentum, because that's what this journey is about. It is about getting momentum, which is why I ask you to touch your journey every single day, even if it's just 5 minutes, even if it's literally just walking in place while you watch your video, okay? There's a couple of you that are starting new programs next week. You're going to try a few different things and see what feels good. And that's awesome. I'm so excited. If you're in that place where you're feeling really overwhelmed, I want you to know you don't need to be overwhelmed. It's not a tattoo. It's not marriage. It's not permanent. It's you just trying some things, experimenting with some programs, seeing which super trainer you like, because there will be some that you love and some that you just can't even stand. So I don't want you to turn on Beachbody On Demand and prejudge it and be like, well, that's way out of my league, or I can never do that, or you have some kind of story around your knees, your pelvic floor, and it may be true, but you're keeping yourself limited and you're not allowing yourself to just experiment and try different things. I want you to experiment, okay? Even if you get only 5 minutes through a workout, even if you have to modify literally everything, that's okay. That's okay. There's only one way to go, and that is up. All right. So start where you are. Be super proud of the fact that you're trying things on, trying things out, see what feels good, and go from there. Okay. I have one more week on my program, and then I'll be starting something new the following Monday, which you're always invited to come on the journey with me. But this is your journey. You don't need it to look like anyone else's, right? Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you about is mindset. Broken record, I know, but it's so freaking important. So I listened to a podcast, a Micah Folsom podcast. She's another awesome Beachbody coach, and she was interviewing Brad Bizjack. And if you don't know who Brad is, he is a very positive unicorn. And I worked with him before. I'm in one of his mentorship programs. That's a lifetime program. It is awesome. I've gotten so much value out of it. But to be really honest, sometimes he's just way too positive, and it bugs me. There, I said it. I'm not going to lie. So I keep having this nudge that I need to go back to that program that I've paid for and actually go through it. But they have a sample. Hello. They have, not a sample. Micah Folsom interviewed him, okay? And I've shared it with a couple of you. I'm going to share the link to that podcast in the comments if you're curious about it. But he's talking about your mindset being your GPS, which is 100% true, right? And so you have to pin where you want to go. You have to tell the map where you want to go. And you also have to tell the map where you're at. Otherwise, you're going to get some crazy wonky directions. Your directions aren't going to make sense, and they're going to feel overwhelming, and you're going to feel frustrated and discouraged. So be honest about where you're at. Be honest around where you want to go, and don't limit yourself, but know that it's going to take you time to get from one location to the next. It's going to take more than just one tank of gas. It's going to take more than just one round of workouts or 1 week of eating clean or one round of you drinking all the water and doing all the things. There's so many people walking in my house right now. It's really distracting. So think about that as you go into next week. Have you set your location on your GPS? It's okay to have a crazy big goal. It's okay to be like, I want a great cheese on my abs eventually. It's okay to not want that to be your goal, to want to feel healthy in your skin and able to move with your kids. Those goals freaking matter, but don't limit yourself based on where you're at. Be honest around where you're at, and then take the appropriate steps, modify the workouts, remove the jumping if you need to. Don't set some goal that's so big and then just be like, well, see, I'm never going to get there. It's taking too long. If I'm going to drive from Montana to Arizona, it's going to take a couple days. It's going to take a lot of freaking tanks of gas. It's going to take quite a few stops at gas stations to pee and get Cheetos. That's just the truth, and that's okay. It's not about how fast you get there. It's not about how perfect the road trip is, but it's about you deciding that you're going to just keep showing up, and then to find the joy in the journey, right? You turn on some good music on your road trip, or you play some games. You don't just sit there with music you hate, with people you hate, With snacks you hate? No, enjoy the journey, okay? The win doesn't come from the final destination. The win comes from your mindset shifts and what you learn, how you grow, how you get better along the way. So Brad has a free 10-day training. It actually starts tomorrow, I think. I signed up for it. It's free. I've paid good money, lots and lots of money for his courses, but I went ahead and signed up for this because it's just mindset work, right? And we can all use it no matter where you're at. So if you need that, I will share a link to the course, and I will also share a link to that podcast so you can kind of listen to him. And he gives, I think it's like 3 or 4 tips for enjoying the trip, right? And it was kind of those things I touched on, but he does a much better job of going in depth. So it's Sunday. How this week went, how it didn't go, the results you got, the results you didn't see, the self-sabotage that maybe came up, the wins you had, all those things, they're just data, okay? It doesn't mean you passed. It doesn't mean you failed. It just means that this is the perfect opportunity for you to be honest around where you're at and honest around where you want to go. If you're not happy with your results, then you have to do something different. I had a freak out. You saw my post last Sunday about how I felt like a sausage link, right? And then this last week I weighed myself and I went up 8 pounds. I went up 8 pounds in a week and a half. What? I'm doing Time Nutrition. But there were lots of things at play. And I had to talk myself off the cliff on the scale, all the bad words like, holy crap, I'm a coach, like what's happening? I had to take a step back and number one, remind myself that my self-worth isn't determined by the scale. It's not, it's just data, and it shows what I'm doing isn't working. It shows that I need to rest more and I need to drink less coffee and I need to stop. I was like playing around with different protein sources and stuff because meat was being weird. And honestly, I may have been having too much fake cheese. Fake cheese and pumpkin seeds. It's just data, okay? So don't allow yourself to derail because the results don't look the way you want them to. Instead, remind yourself that you're a freaking epic human. And you're on this journey to become better than you were yesterday. It's never about making up for yesterday. It's about doing better today, doing your best that you can do, being proud of where you're at, and being in tune enough and holistic enough to realign, to say, I need help, or this isn't working, or what do I need to tweak? So what do I need to tweak? I tweaked my nutrition. Today, I forced myself to not work out. Instead, I rested, which is like nails on a chalkboard, you guys. I struggle so much with that. I know I look forward to Sundays. It's my rest day. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to watch Sweet Magnolias. I'm going to do this. I'm going to meditate. And then my brain is just twitchy. And I'm just like, this is my special time. I have to make sure that it's good, right? I'm in my head, which that's something I'm working on. So where do you want to go this next week? Have you entered your location in the GPS? Are you being realistic around it? You can't lose 20 pounds in a week. That's not what this is about. That's not what we do here. We work on loving ourselves enough to show up for ourselves, to do our best and surrender the rest, to be better than we were yesterday, to be gracious, imperfect beings with ourselves, and yet to hold ourselves to a standard that I made this promise. Whatever your promise is, write it freaking down. What is your promise to yourself this week? Is it to drink your water? Is it to get enough rest? Is it to move your body for every single day? Is it to text me your accountability? Is it to post in the group? Is it to make your shake? Is it to spend less time on social and more time doing something that actually puts on your oxygen mask? It looks different for all of us. There's no right answer, okay? And it's okay for that to change. It should be changing really every single week. I want you to focus more on habit stacking than all or nothing. And if you're like, what does that mean? It means you're gonna set your GPS. You're gonna put your location in and you're gonna look at where you wanna go. And then you're gonna do the next right thing. You're gonna take the action to move yourself closer to that next destination. You're not gonna get all freaked out about how quickly you're gonna get there or how much gas it's gonna take or how much it's gonna cost or how it's gonna look. You're just gonna take it one day at a time and you're gonna find the wins and you're gonna find the victory and you're going to lean into the accountability if you need it. You're gonna nail one thing this week. You're gonna make one thing your priority. And if you did it awesome this past week, then it's a new thing and you're gonna stack your habits. That is how you get momentum. That is how you create that next level version of you. You don't just wipe the slate and say, I'm gonna do this, this, and this. It's way too much. We are busy women. We have 1,000 things on the oven. on the stove. You're juggling all the pots. You don't need to do all the different things, but you know what you need to do. Is it the mindset work? Is it the showing up for the workout? Is it logging your accountability? When I log my accountability, I show up differently. When I get on the Zoom workout, I push differently. If I don't, I'm doing laundry, squirrel, I should take out dinner, or I should do that. I'm so distracted versus I'm logging into Zoom and I may have 1,000 other things I need to do, but there's other eyes on me and I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna make it happen, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I might modify, I might stop if I need to, I might go pee 50 times, but I am going to get it done in this window, okay? Okay, so drop your thoughts. I will drop the links to those in the comments below. I'm here to cheer you on. If you need help, I'm here. I'm happy to help you. You are welcome to text me. Just text me your first and last name, please, because there's a lot of you with the same first name. And I'm like, who is this? I don't want to be a jerk. Be like, who are you? You're all important to me, but there's just a lot of you. So let me know who you are. Let me know how you're winning. If you need something, let me know. If you need the $20 off coupon, let's go. If you have the tools, stop sitting on the tools. Okay? You're not a chicken trying to hatch your egg. You are a person with epic tools at your disposal. So why don't you go all in and try them and see if they actually work for you? And if they don't, that's okay. You just move on to the next thing. But you need to give things longer than a week to see if it's gonna work, right? Right. Okay, friends, chart your course. I want you to pin your GPS. I want you to figure out where you are honestly, what needs to be realigned, not all the things, okay? But just like 1 or 2 things. And then set your intention, show up tomorrow as that next version of yourself. You don't need to make up for anything. You don't need to make up for anything. You just need to do your best. One day at a time, right? Right. Okay, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna dig into my inbox. And honestly, I'm not gonna get through all of them. So if you don't hear from me today, you will hear from me tomorrow. But I believe in you, and I'm grateful that I get to be part of your journey and that you get to be part of mine, and that I can share those uncomfortable things like my scale going up 8 freaking pounds in a week and a half. What the heck, man? Does it mean I failed? No. It is just data that something has to change. Something needs to be realigned. It's probably hormonal, which is super influenced by my stress level. And to be honest, the rest is important. Rest is productive. So I don't know. I hope you rest today, friends. I hope you rest. I hope you chart your course. I hope you pin your GPS. And then I hope you do the next right thing. You take the freaking action that you know you need to do. And if you need help, you're going to ask for help.